rise from your grave.
Oh god, is it already time for another random ramen? It's been over a year since I did one of these. Well, what do we have here? I've never turned down food via floating orb. I'm just gonna reach out and grab it.
Power up.
Oh yes, this is magnificent. I can feel the power flowing through me. I must have more. Aha!
Power up.
Hey buddy, have you seen my ramen? They were floating around here somewhere, and they're the last food I have. I'm sure you can see how skinny and malnourished I am. Hey, what are those? How could you? You fat donkey! Help!
Have a material witness on an aggravated battery.
Good evening, YouTube. It is Loafy, and I am here at my new studio apartment. New to you, not to me. I've been settling in here for the past few months and getting the hang of the finances of it all. I do believe that thanks to what has been happening on my Twitch channel, that I am once again able to make the big videos like I used to make without having to get to the point in my Patreon that I had stated before. So this goes out to the Twitch crew. You guys are absolutely amazing, and I have you to thank for most of everything. So once again, a little reminder, we're going to be breaking up the ramen episodes into 2 different segments now. I can't do the big Remarkable Ramen show on everything. I just don't have that much brain juice or willpower within me. So we will be having the random ramens still, and those will be shorter segments in which I just review ramens that might be less remarkable, because there are a ton of them. But who knows? If we find out we like it a ton, we might just shift it over into the big column, right? Whatever, I don't know. But regardless of all that horseshit, we have a very special ramen for you today, my good-smelling, amiable audience. So, time for a little backstory. Let me set the scene for you folks. I was still working seafood back at an Asian import center, and I had just got through fucking up the first sea bass I was ever allowed to cut into. Also, I had managed to flood the live tank onto the floor, and the floor is very close to a freezer, which is very problematic if water gets into the doorway of that thing. So needless to say, I wasn't having the best of days, and I was just sent off to break. And it wasn't one of those good breaks, you know, like, hey boss, woof, what a hard day we just had, you know. It was like, oh god, Mark, go to break, you know, get out of here, we can't. It was one of those. So, sitting there at my break, enjoying my royal milk tea, and just like, just sweating it, just like, oh my god, am I gonna get fired or what? And they call me back early from break, and like, to the seafood department immediately. It's like, oh god, here it comes. So I mope back to the seafood department, ready to get the axe. And lo and behold, it's the Ramen Rater, you guys. Just there at the counter, with a big old bag of ramen for me. like many different interesting ramens that I have never seen before. So needless to say, that turned my whole day right around. And I'm really super grateful for that. So definitely, if you want the definitive reviews on all of these ramens and things, make sure to check out my boy Hans. He has got reviews of hundreds of different ramens, perhaps even thousands. And if you hop on over to his channel and give him a little gander, I would be appreciative. Also, like I said, we did get a good variety of ramens to review from the Ramen Rater, and you'll be seeing those in the months upcoming. So without further ado, the topic of today's Remarkable Ramen is a special recommendation from the Ramen Rater himself. This is the Sapporo Ichiban Tonkotsu chicken flavor, everybody. So what does tonkatsu mean anyway? My apologies if we get any of the facts or information wrong. There is a lot of identity and pride in these locational dishes, so take all this with a grain of salt, everybody, but we'll try to give you the straight dope. So first off, tonkatsu with an O and tonkatsu with an A are two separate things. They sound very, very similar, but they are not. Tonkatsu means pork bone. And this ramen usually has a cloudy white colored broth. It is similar to the Chinese bai tang and has a thick broth made from boiling pork bones, fat, and collagen over high heat for many hours, which suffuses the broth with a hearty pork flavor and a creamy consistency that rivals milk, melted butter, or gravy, depending on the shop. Oh boy. Like gravy? Jesus. That sounds a little thick. Most shops, but not all, blend this pork broth with a small amount of chicken and vegetable stock or soy sauce. The noodles are thin and straight, and it is often served with beni shoga, pickled ginger. In recent years, the latest trend in tonkatsu toppings is mayu, sesame oil, a blackish aromatic oil made from either charred crushed garlic or sesame seeds. It is a specialty of Kyushu, particularly Hakata-ku. Fukuoka. Hey, you guys, it's our good old friends from Fukuoka. Or Fukuoka. Something like that. Hence, sometimes called Hakata Ramen. Yay, everybody. Now, y'all know my love for spicy ramens. And if you asked me before I had encountered this particular one, what I thought was the pinnacle of perfection in ramen, it would have to be the Nongshim Shinramyeon Black. It is just the tastiest, most awesome thing on the market. But you know what, you guys? I had to ask myself, is that the best? Is that really it after having this non-spicy ramen? It was really a most remarkable thing indeed. To the pot! And today our ramen is going to be taking the magical 500 milliliters / 2 cup amount of water, like many ramens do. And today we will be employing that water unto our good pot friend with our shot glass selection. Yay! Whoop. Okay, and here we are at our heat application device. Now, a viewer of mine brought up a pretty good point on the last random ramen. He said that packaging has an awful lot of weight to it at 10 points. So we are going to have to change that. I'm going to be serious about these new ramen videos. So along with the new title of the Remarkable Ramen, we are going to have a new rating system as follows. Thank you for your patience. It looks as though the moment of truth has arrived. In you go, little one. Godspeed. And in goes the flavor packet. Single, solitary flavor packet. Would have thought I could ever be happy with that. Okay. And there you have it. has the color of a standard Maruchan chicken flavor broth, I would suppose, but I can assure you, this little number right here, it's the bomb. Alright everybody, here we are. In order to keep the noise down, all the fans are off, and I'm sweating. It's starting to get hot. And yeah, I went to the gym for a long time today, so maybe that just means my pores are open, so sorry if I'm sweating like a pig. Anyway, here we have it, you guys. The penultimate ramen, you guys. I'm serious when I gush to you my love for this stuff. There are several things that I have to rate this by, but I would like to start off by saying that the broth on this bad boy, it's a 10. It's flat out a 10. So we're going to put that on the table right now. That being the case, I love this ramen more than anything else. I'm at the point in my ramen life where I like to add a lot of different things to it. And when you have this as a base, oh boy, you guys. All I can say is, just you follow the North Star until morning and you get to Neverland. Does that make any sense? Oh, fuck it, whatever. Let's dig in, I'm starving, you guys. So let's get into talking about some other aspects of this ramen. The noodle, of course. We're going to have to talk about the noodle. I do like this noodle a lot. It's not my favorite style of noodle. I have a couple of other styles of noodle that do take priority, but this is a nice noodle. Many of the noodles that I prefer take longer to cook. They're part of the Korean ramens a lot of the time, and those take like 5 minutes to cook that noodle, and it becomes, you know, it becomes something I'm accustomed to. It's a noodle with a higher yield to it, if you will. Although I still have other noodles that are just like 10 out of 10s, you know, like I had a buckwheat soba that was just an amazing experience. There's some Japanese straight noodles out there that are just to die for. They have absolutely amazing noodles in them. I also like glass noodles and rice noodles as well. This is a noodle that is used in many other instant ramens, and it's something I can recognize as a Sapporo product. So I'm at least going to give that one a 6 out of 10. Let's talk about price. Price is always an inextricable part of the deal, you know, it's like there's no getting away from it. So we have to talk about the price on this soup. But I think while I'm doing that, I also need to discuss availability. Now this particular ramen, very hard to get a hold of. It will sell out in singles and in 5-packs, or I think maybe it has 4-packs, I don't know. The price for a 4 or 5-pack can be a little steep when you do find it. I haven't found one forever. So I'm buying it in the 24-packs now, you guys, and that breaks down to $18.99 for a box. Now, when you run the numbers on that, that's pretty fucking good, you guys. So we're giving the price on this one like a 8 out of 10. Again, depending upon availability. Now, in terms of packaging, this is a bit of a rough item. It does have a very nice, eye-catching white and yellow to it, but nothing terribly distinct about it that's going to say, wow, I'm this caliber of soup. But I think it still does its job, and it's distinct enough for me to know what it looks like, so I can get it again. So that's at least like a 1 out of 2. Middle of the road. It is something that you won't forget, but at the same time, it's nothing that's like screaming at you unless you know what you're looking for. Unless you're like, oh man, I need to go back and get this one, like I did. All right, so extras. This soup only has one little lonely packet in it. Now, that isn't like a cardinal sin, but I will say that inside that packet they did include some sesame seeds. I don't know if that is going to get up to the level of a whole nother point as an extra, but maybe we should throw it in there anyway, just because we love them so much. So, in summation, I would have to say that this soup is now my top #1 favorite. It has a chicken flavor to it, like the Maruchan chicken sort of flavor, except it's a creamy, clean goodness to it. It has a very full flavor. It's hard to describe. It really is. And I think that's why I'm so in love with it. It has a great base for just about anything. You want to put some Naruto in there? Have at it. You want to put some green onions in there? Oh, you're going to have a great time. I am going to finish up this broth here with a block of tofu because I eat these things religiously now. And if I have something semi-nutritious in it, then I can sort of justify eating it even more. So what's left to be said, everybody, other than this ramen gets my highest Loafy approval rating. I hope that you can find this out there somewhere. And don't be afraid to ask for it by the box, which is kind of most of the time I'm able to get it. I have to get an entire 24-pack. So check out those Asian grocery stores. Look in the stacks of box of ramen, because it's in there somewhere, you guys. So definitely keep your eyes out for this one, and I will see you next time for another random ramen, which is going to be coming soon. No more of this year-long bullshit. See you guys later. Bye-bye! Hello everyone, it's Loafy, and I am now trying to create full-time for YouTube and Twitch. If you'd like to help me out, please remember to watch these videos, like, comment, subscribe, and drop in on my Twitch. My new stream times are going to be 5 p.m. till midnight, Wednesday through Friday, Sunday, and Monday, taking Saturday and Tuesday off to film and edit. If you'd really like to make my day, please sign up for my Patreon. Anyone who signs up gets access to early content I have not yet released. Have a great day.